Hey guys, DB Roy here, and today we are back with What if Fasha and Gine survived? The first of Fasha and Gine week. At the very least, the next 7 videos will be dedicated to this what if. Really start trying to get further along in this story. As you guys have suggested. And well, continuing this fun and amazing story, we are continuing exactly where we left off. Now, with Fasha and Raditz going to space for a year of the 3 years of their training, preparing for the android threat, their training and time together has resulted in a Saiyan coupling of the two. Now, before we get she's 30 years older than Raditz, or at least somewhere along that. Remember, Saiyans stay young. They keep their youthful appearance for decades. They don't start looking old till about 80. And let's not forget that when Saiyans got together, it was mainly for the purpose of procreation. To keep the Saiyan race, the future generations, strong. So with that in mind, it's not that hard of a stretch to think that there were 30-year age differences between some Saiyan couplings. After all, when it comes to love and all that kind of stuff, they don't do that the same way we do. It's all about keeping the Saiyan warrior race stronger. And well, Raditz and Fasha are no exception. But mind you, Fasha and Gine have used Shenron a couple of times to knock back their ages a little bit, so they can stay young and fight for longer, and have more time with Kakarot. It's just they didn't want to take training with them sort of away from him, so they sort of kept knocking back their ages a couple of years every now and then whenever the Dragon Balls weren't in use or needed for that year. Anyways, back to the story. Everyone has made significant progress in preparing for the android threat. Gohan is quite close to pulling off the Super Saiyan transformation. He can get his hair to stick up and go golden for about a second, but it's going from gold then black again, gold and black again. Really at that final push. So he's just sort of gotta make him angry enough to pull off a transformation. Meanwhile, Vegeta's off planet as well, after spending nearly 2 years in the grav chamber, just increasing his power level, not really becoming a Super Saiyan. He knows how to pull it off. It's just like Gohan, he doesn't have that right motivation yet. But he does pull it off like exactly the same way he does in the original in the end. And well, while Fasha and Raditz were gone, in case you're wondering if Chi Chi and um, made either Piccolo, Kakarot, and Gine get their driver's licenses, yes, that happened. And out of all 3 driving contestants, Gine was the one who got the prize of getting her driver's license on the second attempt. On her first attempt, she kind of picked up some bad driving habits from Fasha. How Fasha got her driver's license, we will never know. But apparently, Fasha's quite the hoon behind the wheel, and Gine's pretty much the same. At least when Goku was a hoon during the driving test, it was an accident. Who can forget him breaking off the steering wheel, crashing it into the sea? Classic. Anyway, so the 3 years have more or less come and gone. Everyone is waiting for the arrival of the androids outside the city where they're supposed to unleash their first attack. And for a while, seems like nothing's gonna happen, at least until after Yajirobe gives the Dragon Team the Sensu beans and he's blasted out of the sky. And they see two menacing beings in the distance descend into the city, and everyone goes looking for him. Now, because of the extra people we have on the search, at least 3 extras in Gine, Fasha, and Raditz, that means not everyone is searching by themselves this time. Some of them are pairing up. And Gine is not too far from where Yamcha is when he accidentally stumbles upon them. So, yep, this means Yamcha is not getting Dr. Giro's hand through him. Yeah, Gine's able to help out and get a strike in on Dr. Giro, sending him flying into a building. Buildings collapsing. People are running away, screaming. Everyone else then arrives, and there's the whole talking monologue. I am here to destroy Fasha, Gine, and Kakarot. After all, they were the ones directly responsible in destroying the Red Ribbon Army. So yes, he's there specifically for those 3. And well, after a bit of persuasion on Kakarot's part, 20 and 19 battle with the Dragon Team on some little island away from the city, and people start noticing that Kakarot is breathing quite heavy, and all he's done so far has been flying around. And well, after he decides to begin things battling Android 19, pretty much exactly like he does in the original, they clue on that Goku is suffering the effects of the heart virus, and basically Gine has to take her child home and get him his medicine. Perhaps a little Panadol won't hurt either. And, well, yep, sorry, Yamcha, you're not getting out of this. And, well, Raditz and Fasha power up to their Super Saiyan forms and pretty much easily dispatch of Android 19. Pretty much Android 19 did not know what hit him with Fasha and Raditz's double team, and this has Giro spooked and scared, and he's thinking of fleeing when suddenly, where do you think you're going, you bucket of bolts? Vegeta! And, well, Vegeta getting a smirk in and getting a shot in on Giro, then Raditz gets a shot in on 20, and then Fasha, and then they pretty much finish him off. So this was the big threat we were so worried about. We put all this effort into. Pfft, not even worth me getting up in the morning. Yeah, tell me about it. They really weren't that strong. Hmm. We could have taken him in our based forms. Hmm. Something isn't right here. I think it's best we stick around. Perhaps these aren't the androids we were supposed to be looking for. And, well, luckily, Future Trunks shows up, and he can confirm that these are not the droids they're looking for. And, well, they don't want to make the same mistake twice, so Piccolo demands to know what they actually look like this time around. That, well, Android 17 is a dark haired young man, wears an ascot, has a bit of a thing for cowboys. And, Android 18 is a young blonde girl. And those are the two that pretty much left Trunks' world in complete ruin. And, well, they're thinking of going back to the city and having another look when Bulma shows up with Yajirobe and of course Baby Trunks. Yes, Vegeta and Bulma still happened. And well, they see Android 20's head there, and Bulma's able to confirm that that's Dr. Gero. Dr. Gero had turned himself into an android. And according to Trunks' story, he was killed by 17 and 18. And so, the hunt for Dr. Gero's lab is on. And without Dr. Gero to follow this time, it is a lot harder for the Dragon team to actually find it. And Vegeta, he's just decided to go home. I mean, if they're really just gonna go to the lab and blow up the androids while they're sleeping, he may as well go back to the capsule ship and continue his training. Because Vegeta and his Saiyan pride will never do anything that cowardly. Fasha can sort of agree with Vegeta's sentiments, but after everything she's learnt on the planet, nah, it's best we get rid of these androids. And like I said, it's taken them a lot longer to find the lab. In fact, something else is about to beat them to it. A certain creature is lurking around nearby, who is trying his best to keep himself concealed for the time being. And that is where we're going to be leaving things. So, what do you guys think? Do you like this version of the story? Don't forget to like and subscribe. Personally, I do. Introducing a certain creature a little bit earlier and killing off 20 before he could even unlock the androids of the future. Well, I'll listen more next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.